Hey guys! It's me! I'm home. I got home very late and I'm exhausted. But it's good to see you. I told my husband, he's like, don't you work today? And I was like, but I have Tuesday Newsday and I don't want to miss it. And he's like, other than Tuesday Newsday, don't work today. And I've got a special guest with me. Hey, Lorcan,
Hi there. Hi, everyone.
one of our
Oh,
mods. And you've done work for
yeah, I do a lot of things. I have play tested some Battletech products. As I said, I'm a moderator on the Battletech forums and on the Catalyst Discord. I've done other random bits and pieces. I have written for Shrapnel and a couple of other bits and pieces. So yeah, I've been doing Catalyst things for got over 10 years now, but
and
only been paid for it recently.
you're the hero that has lately been taking notes on Tuesday Newsday, so people don't have to
Yeah,
watch the whole thing.
yeah. Today I'm going to have to go and watch the entire thing again and hear my voice, which sounds different when you're listening back to it on a screen. And in order to take all these notes and stick them up on a Google Drive and into the Battletech forums for everybody.
Awesome.
Hopefully, there's not much Battletech related news, so I can be quick.
Well, what I've got for you today with our Laura,
I could
could
use more
use some
audio.
more audio juice. I have you maximized, so can you move maybe a little closer
Uh,
to your mic or something?
the microphone's right here.
Okay, just
Or
eat it.
actually,
That's fine.
let me check my audio set. Make sure
Or
I'm
shout.
reading.
I also sneezed like 20 seconds before we got on the stream, so bear with me.
Is this any better?
We'll hope so. We're gonna keep going. Just try to
Yeah.
boost that voice a little bit. Um, but in the meantime, my plan for today, guys, is to give you a little bit of a backer update. I did email our contact at QML, and he's been wonderfully communicative. So I have a tiny update for you guys. And then I've got some videos that my team took at Gen Con to give you guys some um, to show you guys all the new releases and stuff like that. So we talked through that. So I got a video for Battletech and a video for Shadowrun. So I'll show those, and then in between we'll talk with Lorcan about what he's excited about that's on the table,
Yeah.
and we'll go from there and then get to some Q&A. So let me pull up that email real quick and see what I've got for you guys. So I'm very low energy. I went to two major cons in a row, and I am con hungover.
Yeah,
Um,
I've had that. The dream of of like doing the trip to America and doing San Diego and Gen Con in the same, in one trip. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but
I think next year they're back to back again. I think it might have been announced, but it's rough. It's rough. All right. So from our friend Chris, he believes we have crossed the halfway point on U.S. and Canada. So half are shipped. Then we've got the shortages list that we had talked about were provided, were collected. All the hubs turned those in. And they've been passed over to CGL. So now that everyone's getting back home, they'll be able to, we'll be able to get those shortages on their way to the hubs. And QML will be sending an update on that to Lauren today. So if there's any changes or anything else that I'm not sure exactly what that means, but we're in communication. Some of our team is still traveling home. Most of us have arrived, but just to give you an update on that. Things have been going pretty smooth with backers. This is direct quote from Chris. You can pass along our appreciation for their patience and how courteous they have been with our customer service team. So there's always a few grumpy folks, but out of 24,000 backers, the grumpy ones are a negligible percentage. So thank you for being good to them. So yeah, that's the the update we have for this week. So step one of the process that we sent to you guys a couple weeks ago is done. And now we're on to the next phases. So, all right. With that, how about we do our first video? Lorcan, at some point I'm gonna get you on for your other contributions as well. But today's about Gen Con.
Yeah, I have described myself as being a prop that you can speak at for today.
Excellent. Thank you for being that prop. Hey guys, welcome to the booth. It is Wednesday, so it's the final setup day. We're ready. We are ready here, and I have some cool new releases to show you guys. This is for my Battletech folks. So you guys ready for all this? There's so much new, and it's gorgeous. So we have, finally, the much anticipated Army Painter Mercenaries paint set is now available, premiering here at Gen Con. Ooh, it's heavy. It's a chomp. Lots of stuff in there for you. We have an official. You guys have been begging for this for ages. We have a carrying case for your minis. Let's get an example here as I knock everything over on the table, because that's fine. Where's the zipper? There's the zipper. We're gonna take a look, guys. We've got a nice Velcro on top for you. We've got nice foam in the middle. We've got a case here. Ooh, it's got a strap if you want to like carry it like a satchel. We've got pockets everywhere. Ooh, and they open up into more. We've got more foam here that you can take out on both sides. Look at all that. That is just gorgeous. So get your Battletech Minis carrying case. Whee! We have premium minis. Some of these are old, some of these are new. I'm going to save the grand finale for the last of them. So we've got the Mad Dog Vulture. We've got the ERS-2N Eris. We've got the Rifleman. We've got the Wolverine. We've got the Phoenix Hawk. All of these look great on the back too. Here, zoom in on my friends. Oh God, I'll get it on the back. Look at all of that. That is gorgeous, gorgeous minis. The one on the floor that apparently is fun for recording. Gorgeous. And then the last two, we have the Battle Master and the Nova Cat. So really exciting, brand new, fun stuff, premium minis. Oh, I gotta flip them. Badass. All right, what else do we have here? Let's talk our force pack. So we've got the dropship from the Mercenaries Kickstarter from the Pledge Manager. So this is the Overlord C-Class map scale dropship, bringing it down. That's gorgeous. Then we've got the, as I knock more stuff over, the Overlord class. Oh, this is the C-Class, this is the, just the Overlord class. So 2 dropships for ya. Force packs. Let's do force packs and salvage boxes. So we've got the salvage box Urban Mech Lamb. This has been out for a little while. We've got the Urban Mech Lance. Star League Command Lance with your Orion pre-painted. And the brand new, first time release, second Star League Assault Lance. What do we got in there? That's a beefer in there. Let's see, we've got one high quality, fully assembled, painted miniature Victor Steiner Davian. Yeah, that's gorgeous. The painting has been really top quality. A lot of the people that were even hesitant to have pre-painted mini in their force pack are commenting on how nice they look. Okay, we've got, for those mug lovers, the 40th anniversary Battletech mug. You know, with your blood stain around the edge. Mm-hmm. War crimes in the morning. Then, okay, this is my favorite part, guys. So we haven't unpacked yet the dice trays. But I had talked to you guys on Tuesday Newsday about designing a dice set. So this is the 40th anniversary Battletech dice set with the Atlas. Oh, I haven't even taken these out yet. I'm pretty excited. Oh, there we go. Oh, these are the laser. So you've got the nice funky stuff on the inside. We've got our red. We've got our here. Oop, oop, oop. Come on, buds. We've got our white. All with our Atlas heads. So these were created just for the Gen Con release. We will be selling them after Gen Con, but I wanted them to premiere here. So there is your dice set, guys. So these are retailing at $50, I believe. All right, what else we got? Okay, so freebies. Freebies, guys. We're going to talk about this in the Shadowrun group too, but we have, with every purchase, you're going to get in your bag some custom Catalyst logo beaker dice. So we're pretty excited about these. Got these just special for Gen Con. Got a cocked die, it's fine. Then we've got the Battletech Activity Book, Volume 3. So you've got all your coloring and puzzles and fun times here. We've got the new release. We talked about this a few weeks ago on Tuesday Newsday. The Ill Clan Recognition Guide, Volume 2. That's out now. So thank you to everyone who worked on that. We've got, for fiction, our new releases, Without Question, and In the Shadow of the Dragon by Craig Reed. Got Brian Young and Craig Reed here. Both fantastic books. Books! We've got the Battletech Universe book, guys. Finally released. So this is the premiere of Battletech Universe. A lot of this stuff is going to be released after Gen Con in cadence. So some of this stuff you might not see again for a couple of months. But Battletech Universe, this is for Big Red 40 Tech. The most important book of this century for Battletech. This is your primer. If you don't know where to start, 40 years of lore is intimidating. This is going to give you a primer and a little taste of everything you need to know, and then you can choose your own adventure from there. If you like the mercenaries, you like a specific group, you like the clans, you like factions, you like houses, you will read about it in here, pick your poison, and you can go down the deep end then. The much too anticipated Force Manual Davian and Force Manual Kurita. Finally available here for both of you, or for both books. Really excited to have both of these live now. So these are out now. We've got the Battletech Technical Blueprints. We only have 100 copies of these here at the con. These are going to come for a larger release later, but that's the deal. So come get yours. You only have first 100 customers are going to get that. Now, we do also, real quick, to pan over to the beginner box, or the Game of Armor Combat, and the beginner box, to talk about the brand new 40th anniversary covers. These are, these have been out for a little while, but these are super important for, I am recording! Shut up! Hi everyone, I'm back. Beginner box and the 40th anniversary Game of Armor Combat for you guys. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is this. If you want to let me talk about it, you beg me to do it. Some of you may remember that back in January, Warren lost his youngest son, Connor Coleman. It was a tragic accident.
Live streaming?
No,
we are recording.
We are recording.
Damn it.
They're only recording.
Editing him out. I'm so glad I didn't have the Instagram password. So Connor Coleman lost his life in January. We love him, and we're going to be doing a bunch of fundraisers forever, basically, in honor of Connor and the things that he stood for. So Connor's favorite color was pink. So the first thing we're doing, this is a 200 number run of hoodies. We've got the pink with the black. We've also got black with pink. I'll take this out and show you guys. These are here at Gen Con, and then they're going to be on the online store for a limited time only. But this is a fundraiser in his honor. Not the last, but just the first. And so you can have your black with pink
or your pink with black. But you've got your urban Mech Legion, which was his favorite. So please, if you feel so inclined, please support. We love you, Connor, and we miss you a ton. So thank you guys, though, for joining me on our Battletech tour of what is new. There's so much else here. Please come by, say hello if you're here, shake Randall's hand or Ray, and get a 40th anniversary project reunification tour patch, and come say hi to the crew. Thank you guys so much.
So what do you think, Lorcan? Did you know everything that was there from socials, or are you just finding out about some stuff? Oh, I cannot hear you. I had you mute and then did not tell you to unmute.
Forgot to unmute while I was muting the video after it stopped. I'm great at this. I'm great at technology. Do not ask me what I do for a living. So yeah, I knew about most of that stuff there before the con. The only things I think that were a surprise to me were the new premium minis. But actually, I dug into my little box of miniatures that are on my painting pile there, and I have a premium Eris right here.
Ooh!
Looks like in person. Nicely assembled, I think. And because I do fancy things, the arms are all magneted on this guy.
Whoa!
So you can see it's very easy to customize to make because you do get so many options in the box or in the bag, you can mix and match quite easily with these guys. It's really cool.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
The Kuritan Force Manual being there was a surprise to me. I knew the Davian one was going to be there because you'd mentioned it a couple of times, but I play Kurita primarily.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm like, gimme through the screen trying to grab it.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're really excited to finally have those two out. So that's good news. Your team Randall, he loves his Kuritans too.
Absolutely. We may have bonded over this. I saw Universe when Randall was over in Ireland a few weeks ago, and I didn't try to steal the copy that was there. I promise.
Awesome.
It made its way to the table that I was demoing Leviathans on, and found it was covered by a pile of books and papers and stuff, but I wasn't trying to steal it, I promise.
Awesome. Yeah, it was really exciting to have so much. We always try to make Gen Con special. It's the biggest event of the year. And so for us, so it's trying to bring in the newest things, have a few surprises along the way. I think for social media, the biggest surprise for people was the carrying case. So that's really exciting.
That looks very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's been a lot of debate in my group about, is this going to replace our already in place solutions for carrying Battletech stuff around? Because there is a certain thing about just rocking up with your camo case. It's got the Battletech logo on it, and a space for your patches and everything like that. That's just it takes my nerd brain in a very good way.
Yep. The impulse buy.
Absolutely, yeah.
Awesome.
If I had been at Gen Con, that might have come home with me.
Excellent. Yeah. That's what we want, to lure you in. All right, well, let's switch over to the Shadowrun one.
All right, so we're gonna get started. We have my babies. I got to design these. So these are the 35th anniversary Shadowrun dice sets. These are LED dice. You get a flashlight, LED flashlight that comes in here. Batteries not included. We will be showing them off. We're just going to get batteries ourselves so that we can show these off. So really proud of this set. It's gonna be glowy, it's gonna be cyberpunk, it's gonna be awesome. We have dice trays coming as well, but they're just not here yet. We have the 35th anniversary Shadowrun mug in purple, because of course it's purple. It's 6th edition. So 35 years of Shadowrun. Get your mug. It's good stuff. Then we've got some dice. We've got more dice. There are so many dice. So we've got some purple dice with your Shadowrun skull, troll sigil and troll skull. We've got green dice. We've got Catalyst freebies. These are going to be given with every purchase in the bag. So you're going to be able to get your beaker dice. These were made just for Gen Con, just for you guys. All right, guys. So if you didn't notice my t-shirt, these are available. Now it gets better. Ready? This is the original first edition Larry Elmore art And you can get yours on a t-shirt. Relive the 80s and get your Shadowrun first edition reproduction t-shirt. A labor of love, we have this here. This is the reproduction of first edition itself. It is an exact replica, except for it says Catalyst at the bottom instead of FASA. Everything else, we have kept everything. Every art piece, the format, the layout, typos, we've kept it all for your own nostalgic reactivation. There's a word here that I'm missing. Anyway, it's nostalgia. You should get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm so excited. Thank you, Shadowrun First Edition, for making this hobby we all love. Then what we've got some fiction. So the newest fiction items, we've got Shadow Borders, we've got the Sprawl Stories, Volume 3, edited by John Helfers. And we've got the Mosaic Run by Jennifer Brozek. Guys, I was just at SDCC last year. Jennifer Brozek won an award for this book as the best tie-in series for a book series. So award-winning Jennifer Brozek and the award-winning Mosaic Run is here for you. So pick that up. We've got 2 new books for Shadowrun that are out, new source books. We've got Final Bets. We've got Smooth Operations, both of them here. We did a bunch of talks about some of our new books on when I talked to RJ on Tuesday Newsday, so you can check that out. Final Bets is a campaign book, and Smooth Ops is our face book. So if you love playing a face, I hate faces, they're the worst. Just kidding. You can get your core rulebook for face. Now, the last thing that I have here, I have 2 more things to show you. But there's this nice little silky case right here. We're gonna take a walk and go see what this is. So come with me. Many of you know our beloved artist, Echo Chernick. She's done some amazing work. She's done the tarot deck for 5th edition that came out. She's done the No Future cover that has the slip cover with AR. She has done this scroll, this gorgeous scroll. It's 8 feet tall, I believe. And not only does it have this gorgeous art, it has spells that have never before been created for Shadowrun, so you can't find any of these spells anywhere else. Not only are these spells part of this scroll, but there's going to be an added bonus cool cyberpunk Shadowrun thing. We are developing an app where you're going to be able to hold your phone over it and see additional spells, additional art, additional material, all in AR as you interact with this scroll. So using it at your table, using it as a piece in your home, it is just absolutely gorgeous. If you're not familiar with Echo's work, look up Echo Chernick, ECHOCHERNIK, phenomenally talented artist. So please check that out. This is a luxury item. I think it's, what's the cost of the scroll? $120. So this is available for $120. You get the nice little silky case for it as well to take it home. So really proud of Echo's work on this. This has been a labor of love. Now the last thing I have for you, I'm gonna put the mic down here so it might get a little distant, but we have a fundraiser going on for, as many of you might know, Connor Coleman passed away, Lauren Coleman, our CEO's son. Back in January. There was a bad accident, and we miss him terribly. So we are going to be doing, from here on out, Catalyst is going to be doing periodic fundraisers in his honor, donating to organizations that Connor cared about deeply. And our first fundraiser is here at the con. This is a Battletech hoodie. You can get black with pink. You can also get all pink. It's this light pink with black. But it's the Urban Mech Legion for Battletech, which is his favorite mech. And so you can support that fundraiser. You can get some of these here. This is a limited run. We're printing these once and it's done. So they'll be here at Gen Con, and then they'll be on the online store for a brief 1-month period. And once it's gone, it's gone. So please help support Connor and keep his memory alive as we all miss him terribly. So thank you guys for being here. Come visit us at Gen Con. Come say hello. We've got so many Shadowrun people here to see you. We've got World of Shadows happening on Thursday evening, 7 to 9, which is going to feature, I'll be GMing, and it's going to be a Shadowrun game with B. Dave Walters, with Tommy Rice, with Nora Ibrahim, with Ryan Labrie and with Sarah Moore. So it's going to be a phenomenally good time. And we have a second episode filming on stage at here at Gen Con on Saturday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And that one is going to feature all of the original Six Sides of Gaming cast for World of Shadows that's on YouTube every Monday, but it's also going to include Brian C.P. Steele, who is a writer, fiction writer for Shadowrun, and it's going to feature Damian Haas, voice actor, personality, wonderful human being. Really excited. It's going to be a blast. So come see us at Gen Con and do all the things, and we'll catch you soon.
Are you unmuted, Lorcan?
I unmuted myself in advance this time.
Did you see any
I stayed
surprises for
quiet.
Shadowrun?
I don't pay as much attention to Shadowrun as I used to. I know. I haven't run Shadowrun since 4th edition, or since 3rd edition, which is a long time back now. I do have a copy of 4th edition physically, and I have read the 5th edition book and not the 6th. But I am so getting that 1st edition reprint. That got me. One of the things that got me into FASA's games way back in the late 1980s was getting, I think it was the 1989 FASA catalog that had that Shadowrun cover on there. Now, I gravitated more to the Battletech stuff and the Star Trek stuff because they were still publishing the Star Trek RPG at the time, and I am a Trekkie. But that whole, cyberpunk and fantasy thing went, that's pretty cool. And myself and a friend played a bit of 2nd edition when we were teenagers, and it held a special place in my heart. As I mentioned in chat there, that I did manage to get someone to roll at least 40 dice during a dice check. It was like a lot of exploding 6s.
Oh, wow.
Back in when I was running a game in 3rd edition. It's always on the list of things I'd love to play again and never get around to.
Well, we need to fix it.
Yeah.
But no, it was we did this video on Wednesday. It was right at the end of booth setup. We were just waiting on a few extra things. So just to pull everything real quick and show it off, that table ended up being used for a big I think it was was it a Battletech diorama? I'm already like forgetting details.
Yeah, the Camo Specs diorama.
Yeah, that was what it was.
That was so spectacular.
Yeah,
the Camo Specs guys always put on a great show, but the dropship with the 4 guys just kind of billowing out.
Yep.
The bits you could actually tell where they were pulling from Damocles Sanction for scenes. The little billboard with like the news flash of Julian Davian returning to New Avalon. Long may he rest.
It was a cool looking diorama. And then across the booth, we have the glass cases we always have, and we have some extra stuff that's like either coming, not like new announcements, like stuff that's not released yet, or like museum kind of style stuff. So over in the case, we had a copy of the Snoop Cereals game, Shadowrun Munchkin, which is dropping in September. I got to meet with Steve Jackson, Games marketing director as well, so we came up with some fun ideas to promote that. Leviathans was over there with the new round of minis and everything.
I so can't wait for Leviathans. I last year I told Randall how much money I spent on that Kickstarter, and he just said thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah, I gotta say, like, it was pretty cool when I walked the minis hall or the open or the gaming area, and I went to the Battletech area, and like pretty close to like the first aisle. It was the first aisle. You can start to see the Leviathan setup, and like all the Battletech grinder stuff. Like, it looks cool, and it's, it draws you in. It's colorful and stuff like that. But like the Leviathans area just stops you. Like the size of those ships, the paint jobs. There were some that were shiny. And then Rob DeHoff, who's our Leviathans demo agent lead, is in like full captain's
I saw
regalia.
The photos.
Like just so immersive, so cool. It was a show stealer on those tables. So really cool stuff.
I was one of the 2 people primarily running Leviathans at UK Games Expo this year, and on the Saturday, I basically got an hour away from the table just to go and get lunch. And that was it. Like, I was running games non-stop from about 9:30 in the morning till about 2:30, and then again from about 3:30 until closing.
Wow.
There's loads of people really excited for the game. There's like an even mix of people coming over and going, "Oh, Leviathans, when's the Kickstarter shipping? When's it coming to retail? And what's this? It looks cool." So yeah, like I think it's got a lot of momentum, and like having gotten the rule book now, I have a bunch of the prototype minis which I was either gifted or got to paint up for UK Games Expo.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm very excited to get everything to actually start like playing with all the fleets to try everyone.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. There's such anticipation for this and so much excitement. And so seeing it in the cases, seeing it at the show, seeing like there were a bunch of tables playing. So it's neat to see that excitement climbing again before fulfillment. So
It's such a solid game.
yeah. What else did we had also over in the demo area, we had the Battletech Pods. So
I've never got to play the pods, and I really want to.
yeah, yeah. I was hoping that I'd get time, but every time I got over to that area, they were closed for the night.
Yeah.
Because I've never gotten to play in them either. So I'm next time gadget. But they were always popular. They were always fun. When they're not there, they're missed. So it's really great to be partnering with Virtual World Entertainment to bring them back.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember the VWE guys saying that it wasn't economically viable for them to do it with the COVID precautions in place. So presumably Catalyst are helping out on that side of things, like to make it worth their while, and that is so cool. That's it's giving something to the community in a
right.
big.
Well, and the nice thing is like all of the devs and artists and writers for Battletech, they're fans, and so
Yeah,
like no one wants to see those go away. So like the excitement to like how do we pull this off, how do we help do this. So it's a lot of fun. um it's exciting. The Shadowrun room was very full too. Oh, the two big events. So Shadowrun Legends, I didn't get to see how the turnout was or anything um since I wasn't there, but Masters and Minions was just packed with people, like just cheering when something big would happen, like from across the hall. It was a lot of fun. It was my first Masters and Minions.
yeah,
I haven't unpacked yet, but I'd love to show you guys my minis. My minis were painted by Carrie Joe, and they're like people kept coming over and taking pictures of them and saying like these are the ones when I saw the ones that were announced that like ooh I want these ones, kind of thing. So I was
yeah,
very
yeah.
lucky to get a very talented painter. And I got to play with one of the Kappas and his friends. I got to play with Tuck from YouTube. I'm blanking on his last name right now because I'm so tired. But it was really cool to just play with them. People came up all the time just to say hi and chat, and like it was such a positive event, and I was really glad to be part of it. My buddy was Jason Hansa, and the next day it was kind of funny because people kept coming up to me and saying, "I heard you had to carry Jason because his first mech died." I mean, I
Uh,
was the Direwolf, the Daishi Direwolf Widowmaker, and the Atlas 2.
mm.
And it took a while to take me out.
Yeah, yeah. Jason's such a nice guy.
He is.
He's given me writing advice and stuff in the past, and it's really generous with his time. Can't say enough good things about him.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was so fun. Um, really good people there. So much positivity, so much energy. Board game division went phenomenally well. It was Friday, and we were already sold out of several games. Sunday, we had a few copies of Centurion left, and that was it. It
Yeah,
like just cleaned house. And that was so cool for Mike and the board game division team.
yeah.
Um, I also I created marketing material for like these little postcard sized handouts for the Frostpunk RPG, the Voltron RPG, and Snoop cereals with like links to the Kickstarter and stuff. And usually like I end up with a ton of leftovers. So I got 250 of each, and it was like halfway through Thursday. and Jason Hardy was like, "Can we get more?" So we had to
That's
go
awesome.
find an Office Depot that would help us, and we still couldn't get it to the next day because everyone else is running out of materials too. But we got them for Saturday morning again. So many people were excited about Frostpunk. It was pretty much nonstop that people were sitting at the table to get a demo.
Yeah.
Voltron did very well. Like you can tell when you bring up Voltron, people are like Voltron. Like there's that
It's back in RPG
excitement.
form.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Privateer did a Voltron board game many years ago, but I never saw it, so I don't know how good it was. But hopefully the Catalyst one will get at least some level of traction.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think people are pretty excited because the follow-up question to this the excited surprise that we get is well, which version? So
Yeah.
when we say that it's the old, the new, and the vehicles, people are like, yeah. So pick your
Um,
poison.
it, in a weird curiosity for in Ireland, we got the vehicle Voltron toys and never got and the line cartoon, but the line toys very rarely showed up in shops, and I never saw the vehicle cartoon. Like even to this day, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But gosh, I think that was pretty much everything from the floor itself. I do have to say, so I didn't get to spend much time at the booth between meetings and events and stuff like that. So like the people that did run into me that saw me, from Wolfnet, I was handed, I think 10 was my final number of Reese's from the podcast. But for those who don't know, I went on their podcast and I had my video on and my husband's arm reached in and passed me a candy bar from the store. And they were like, "That's a cool trick." So it became a thing, like if I was streaming at the booth, that like they wanted to just reach in with my favorite candy bar. And so they asked and I said Reese's. And so they just, since we weren't streaming at the booth, people would just pass me random Reese's all day. But we did have a hotel suite and we did a ton of content because even though the streaming didn't go, like we didn't have huge results last year because I mean 70,000 people are at the con. And then when you get home and there's 8 hours of material to sift through. So instead what we did is we pre-recorded at a suite a ton of content. So I can actually tell you guys kind of what's coming and who we were with. Go over to my schedule. So over the next several months, we'll be dropping interviews with Jason Hardy, John Helfers and Phil Lee, RJ Thomas and his is this not the updated one? Hold on. Oh, no, it's not the updated one. Ha! I had to scroll lower. All right, so Tuesday during booth setup, I stole Jason Hansa, Brent Evans, Randall Bills, Mike Ritchie, director of Board Game Division. Wednesday was me, Michael Sierravella, Aaron Dykstra, who's the missions. Well, I didn't get all of these guys because some hadn't arrived yet. So I think it was Aaron Dykstra. I don't think Mesmer was there yet, or Bob. Andy Cohen, I think, was there. Topa, Kurtley was there, I know for sure. So talking to the demo team leads, Brian Young and Michael Stackpole, John Helfers and Phil Lee, Randall Bills, Jason Hardy, director of RPG Division. We got time lapses of the booth. So like we just set up a camera and watched booth setup for 2 days. And then it ended with, we recorded some of the booth at hall opening and like how long the line was and how much excitement there was. So we'll be dropping some content for that. On Thursday, there was a CGL panel for fiction. So that had Brian Young, Kate, I'm going to mess up her name, Monsanto, Catherine Monsanto, and she does editing as well. Jennifer Brozek, Phil Lee, and Michael Stackpole. So it was really cool we got some recordings of different clips of them saying various things for that. Interviewed Echo Chernick and talked all about the scroll. Eric Salzman, who's the Battletech fact check lead. Zach Schwartz, who is the Battletech fact checker and shrapnel writer. Got some video and clips of the first World of Shadows show with some of the celebs. Friday was Steven Toropov. Then we got some floor stuff with the Paint and Take, Battletech demo area, Shadowrun demo area, Leviathans demo area, board game demo area, Voltron and Frostpunk. And then that night we met with a bunch of the Shadowrun devs, so RJ Thomas, Bob Volbrecht, Lewis Ray, Aaron Dykstra, Mike Messmer, and Jason Hardy. Saturday we had a really cool interview. They said this is the first time that they've had an interview like this, but we met with Lauren Coleman, Heather Coleman, and Talon Coleman as a family and talked about what it's been like through the Catalyst process and how they've all, like, what it's meant to each of them, which is really cool. We did Bryn and Randall, Wunji Lau, who's Camo Specs and a Battletech developer. We got some demo content for Snoop cereals, and then more World of Shadows, and then we got teardown video as well. So, because it comes down a lot faster than it goes up.
Yeah. Having helped with the teardown at UK Games Expo, I can attest to that.
Yeah. So wow. Whew. That was the big, that's pretty much everything. I guess let's switch to questions. It's already 12 till and my head is very tired. I'm not really focused. So, what do you want to do, Lorcan? Do we have our usual document of questions, or are you
never
keeping
helped with the
track?
documented questions.
You what?
I've never helped with the documented questions. You only made me a YouTube mod like last week.
I'm gonna go in there because I know Dave helped for a bit, and then we have Shock, so I'm gonna go find it.
Yeah, I did see some questions for me show up in the chat specifically, so I've gotten the Adoring Public out there apparently.
No, I think this one's from last week. So yeah, let's just scroll through. You want to shoot me some questions?
I saw Fuel coming up asking about the quick Kickstarter shipping and the international hubs for the web shop.
Oh, still working on those. That was, I think, we've talked to so many people. I don't remember when this came up. But like, it's been so much red tape and it's been an extremely hard process. Now that we have the VAT done for the Kickstarter and I think beyond, I'm pretty positive that it's beyond. We're hoping that we're going to see progress, but it's been worked on. I know we've been saying it for a couple of years now, but it's been a really slow process for us. But we are still pushing on it for international shipping for our online store.
Yeah, as someone who would be a recipient of like any improvements there, I'm very much looking forward to that. One of the things I've got coming in my Kickstarter package when it eventually ships is the first BFM. Because
Ooh!
yeah, like we have one in our group and it's so impressive, and it's I don't need it because one of the other guys in our group has it, but it's the one neoprene I don't have in the room back there that is going to explode if I put any more Battletech stuff into it. So challenge accepted.
Awesome.
Yeah. I saw Journey into Happiness. That's Phil, I think, from the demo team in the UK. Are the premium X going to be available in the UK?
Everything is going to be on our online store, which I know is not the international answer that we would like to hear. We will be bringing anything that is released. We will be bringing to Essen, and then UK Games Expo in the spring. So it will be in Europe at some point with those shows until we can get the shipping figured out. So yes, but not as quickly as any of us would like.
I did manage to pick up the Black Knight at UK Games Expo, and it's such a nice.
Good. Awesome.
Again, I magneted it so I can swap between the two different sword arms and the not sword arm. MadCat352 says, will there be mech t-shirts in the future?
Yes. So we did the gray a while back, Urban Mech Legion that you saw for the hoodies. That was just a light gray shirt with the black on it. and they always do well. So I think we're gonna definitely see more of those. Um,
I personally would love to see a reissue of the athletics t-shirts when the EU store is fixed, because I want me a Zunzong Mech Warrior Academy shirt. I got to rep House Kurita.
what my recommendation is, to make sure that your wants are heard, is get you and your friends, email store@catalystgamelabs.com, because anytime we get requests, they get forwarded to Talon, because he's in charge of that merch kind of stock, and ideas for designs and stuff like that. So like, if all of a sudden he gets 35 emails saying, please God, give me X, then it's more likely to happen more quickly. So that's my recommendation.
RJ Thomas, Jaskell, and some guy named Lorcan Nagel all said either Shadowrun what or what's a Shadowrun in quick succession.
All of you are fired.
You can't fire me, I'm a contractor. Continuing to scroll. Craig asked, where's the video for Leviathans?
The video, well, we don't have anything new. These were new release focused ones. I haven't seen yet, because all I've gotten downloaded from my team yet, because hey, it's Tuesday right after Gen Con, is Wednesday clips from one of my content creators. So these were the two videos. The ones I just showed were the ones where I was like, they're time sensitive kind of, because like, if we talk about what's new at Gen Con a month from now, then that doesn't make a lot of sense. So I really wanted to share this with you today. But they were all over the place, like the whole team was, but Kat especially. And so I know she got booth walkthroughs. I know she got probably the case, and the demo area for board game. And then Tyler, I think, was the one that was doing content for the demo areas. So you'll see more coming. I don't even know everything that we've gotten at this point.
I saw a lot of photos from the big Leviathans game that was going on that Rob ran with the floating fortress, and was like 20 Leviathans on one side and 24 on the other.
Yep.
And I'm just like, oh man, I want to be in that game. So
yeah.
That looks so impressive.
Well, I'm hoping too, because there's been a lot of photos posted from the community. Like, I'm really hoping we can get like a giant photo dump of, you know, here's the album of whether we took the content or you guys did. Here's everything, so that we can share with those that weren't able to be there. So,
Stephen Prussian Havoc Strobel asks me, will cannibalism be a thing in the Frostpunk RPG? Bug Jason to get me on the writing team. Tell him it's the guy that told him the funny story about the 1916 Rising at UK Games Expo.
I'm pretty sure, like, if it's an option in the video game, it's going to be an option in the TTRPG. So, if your alignment is chaotic evil, you'll have the option.
I'm not a fan of the character alignment chart from Dungeons and Dragons at all, but yes, I am chaotic. Let's see, what else have we got? Phil asks, question for Lorcan, which page do I turn to for the answer? And I think that's 260. I had 2 articles in issue 50 in a shrapnel, and Phil asked me to sign up for him at the con at UK Games Expo. So at the start of my first article, I wrote, for secret message, turn to this page, which was the start of the other article, and I wrote, please see the first page.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because chaotic evil. Prussian Havoc also asks, for me, thank you for many contributions to CGL communities. What is my most cherished accomplishment supporting my fellow gamers? I've actually got a good story here.
Go ahead.
So since about 1996, I've been involved with GaelCon, which is one of the biggest gaming conventions in Ireland. It's the only convention that's been running consistently since like 89, I think it is, that is not part of one of the college societies in Ireland. It's moved around. It's always been in Dublin, and since like the mid 90s, I have been running Battletech almost every year at this con. If I haven't been running Battletech, I've been running something else, and there's maybe 2 years where I haven't been running something or staffing or on the committee or all of the above. And in 2020, I think it was the second year of the lockdowns. So every year they do a Spirit of GaelCon award, which goes to a person that they feel has contributed something massively to Irish gaming, either for the convention itself or over the prior year or over a long period of time. And I got the Spirit of GaelCon award that year, which it means a huge amount to me, as someone who frequently has imposter syndrome issues and who is worried about people not always saying one thing to your face and one thing behind your back and all that kind of stuff. That level of validation from people who I see as my peers and my colleagues and friends as well meant a huge amount to me. It was I was just so emotional that evening. I had no idea they were going to say it.
Aww. Well, cross-Atlantic hug now.
Well, thank you very much. But yeah, that was an amazing moment. The only problem was there's an award that they give you for this, like a physical thing that you have to give back the next year. And because it was in lockdown, I never got to hold it. I never got to have it in my house for the year. One of my friends won it last year for helping to he did a paint and take at the con all of his own back. We did a painting competition for Battletech between us at the con, and his table was hugely popular the entire weekend. So there's Nick's getting it this year, and he's got the damn thing in his house right now. So yeah, I lost my point there.
We've got time for one more question, I think.
Okay, I'm going to scroll past another one from a friend of mine who was just asking about Munch and Shadowrun. Norbert Braktekutsu asks, there's no foam in Battletech case to hold minis.
There is foam in the case. There's the one side has a hollow side, and the other side it's all foam.
Yeah, I saw a picture. There's 24 book foam pieces in there that you can take out though.
Yeah, I didn't take the foam out to see, so I didn't get a count myself, but I do know that there is foam in there for you.
From a photo, it looked like 24.
Yeah.
And if we do have time for one more,
sure.
Jason Barker asked, what should people who receive 2 vehicles in mech salvage packs do?
Oh, then email us at, or actually tell you what, do the Kickstarter messages. Because those ones we're gonna figure something special out for you. You're one of the lucky lottery winners here. So just email or message Tyler through the Kickstarter that you're one of the lucky ones, and we have some plans to help you out there. All right, I think that's time. We are at 5:00. Lorcan, thank you for saving me the energy of having to do all of this alone when I'm still recovering.
No worries. It was a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been talking online for months.
Yeah. It's rare that someone who messages me on the internet so much about cannibalism that I'll actually bring them on to talk in person.
If you see you with a knife and fork if you're at UK Games Expo next year,
I'll run.
12 meters distance. As long as there's someone else in between us.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thank you guys for bearing with us as we're getting back and recovering. Not all of us are even home yet. So the week after Gen Con tends to be a down week, but we'll all be fully functional again next week.
I saw someone in the demo team saying that they're still stuck in the airport.
Yeah, it's there were a lot of cancellations. We're still recovering from the outages a few weeks ago, and travel is not fun right now, but yeah, so we'll have more for you as soon as possible as everyone takes the much needed mental health break and then comes back full swing again. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye everyone.